Most businesses that fail don't fail because they aren't profitable. They fail because they ran out of cash before the money arrived. Let that sink in for a second. You could be making sales, landing clients, growing your revenue, and still be completely broke, unable to pay rent, unable to pay your team, unable to keep the lights on. Cash flow is the silent killer of businesses that should have made it. And if you stick with me through this entire video, I'm going to show you not only how to stop that from happening to you, but I'm also going to share one cash flow strategy near the end that most business owners don't discover until it's almost too late, and the ones who find it early, they're the ones who actually build something that lasts. Here's the brutal reality. A study by the US Bank found that 82% of small business failures are caused by poor cash flow management. Not bad products, not poor marketing, cash flow. And yet most entrepreneurs spend almost zero time actually understanding how money moves through their business. They check their bank balance in the morning and assume that's the full picture. It is not even close. So let's fix that, starting with the most important concept you need to understand. The difference between cost and profit. Profit is an accounting concept. It lives on a spreadsheet. Cash is what actually exists in your bank account right now, ready to pay your bills. A business can show significant profit on paper and still not be able to make payroll on Friday. How? Because your profit might be tied up in unpaid invoices, inventory sitting on shelves, or a big contract payment that's not due for 60 days. This is why understanding your cash position, not just your profit, changes everything. The first thing you need to do is build a cash flow forecast. I know that sounds boring. I know it sounds like something only accountants care about. But this is genuinely the single most powerful tool in your financial arsenal. And you can build a basic version in under an hour. A cash flow forecast simply maps out all the money you expect to come in and all the money you expect to go out, week by week or month by month, for the next 3 to 6 months. That's it. When you can see that in month 3 your expenses spike because quarterly taxes are due and your biggest client pays net 60, you can prepare. You can line up a credit facility. You can ask that client if they'd be willing to pay even 10 days early. You can delay a non-essential purchase. The forecast doesn't fix your problems, but it shows them to you before they become emergencies. And that window of time is worth everything. Now, one of the fastest ways to drain cash out of a business is something almost no one talks about: your payment terms. If you're offering customers net Chapter 30 or net Sector 60 payment terms, and your suppliers expect payment in 15 days, you've built a cash flow gap directly into your business model. You're essentially financing your customers' operations with your own money. And unless you're a large corporation with deep reserves, that will eventually catch up with you. The fix is to renegotiate everything you can. Ask your best customers if they'd pay within 10 days in exchange for a small discount, even 1 or 2%. For most businesses, offering a 2% early payment discount is far cheaper than the cost of a short-term loan to cover that gap. At the same time, push your payment terms with suppliers out as long as they'll allow. Even getting an extra 15 days on what you owe buys you breathing room that compounds over time. And if you're running any kind of service-based business, agency, consulting, freelancing, or coaching, stop sending invoices after you deliver the work. Start collecting deposits before you even begin. A 50% upfront deposit completely transforms your cash position and, as a bonus, filters out clients who were never serious to begin with. This one change alone has saved countless small businesses from the feast and famine cycle that destroys momentum. Let's talk about something a lot of entrepreneurs avoid confronting: inventory. If you're in a product-based business, inventory is where cash goes to quietly disappear. Every unit sitting on your shelf unsold is cash you can't use. One of the most effective discipline systems you can adopt is what's called lean inventory management, the practice of only ordering what you reasonably expect to sell within a defined time frame, usually 30 to 60 days. Yes, you might miss out on bulk pricing occasionally, but the carrying cost of excess inventory, the storage, the cash tied up, the risk of dead stock, almost always outweighs those savings. Smart operators review their inventory turns every single month, identify their slowest moving products, and make deliberate decisions about whether to discount them to free up cash or discontinue them entirely. Here's something that trips up even experienced business owners: confusing a line of credit with a safety net. A lot of entrepreneurs apply for a business line of credit when they're already in financial trouble. And by then, it's often too late or the terms are terrible. The time to establish a credit facility is when you don't need it. When your finances look good, banks and lenders will give you better terms, higher limits, and more flexibility. Think of a line of credit not as a lifeline you grab in a crisis, but as a tool you keep sharp and rarely use, so that when a genuine opportunity arises or an unexpected gap appears, you have the flexibility to act without panicking. That mental reframe alone is worth writing down. Now, here's the strategy I promised you, the one that most business owners don't find until they're already under pressure. It's called cash flow segmentation, and it's deceptively simple. The idea is this: instead of running all your money through one business account and trying to manage everything mentally, you deliberately separate your cash into 3 or 4 dedicated accounts. One account is for operating expenses, rent, software, payroll, everything it costs to run the business day to day. One is your tax reserve. Every time money comes in, you automatically move a percentage to this account and you don't touch it. One is your growth fund, capital set aside specifically for investment, hiring, marketing, or equipment. And one is your emergency buffer, the account you build up to cover 3 months of operating expenses and never dip into unless the business is genuinely at risk. When you run everything through a single account, every dollar feels like it's available and the temptation to spend it is constant. When you segment, you know exactly what each dollar is for. You stop making emotional spending decisions and start making structural ones. Business owners who implement this system almost universally report that within 3 to 6 months they feel more in control of their finances than they ever have, even when their revenue hasn't changed at all. And the real magic? When you have that emergency buffer fully funded and your tax reserve always topped up, you start making better business decisions. You stop taking bad clients because you're desperate for cash. You stop underpricing because you need money now. You negotiate from a position of stability instead of scarcity. Cash flow management, done right, isn't just a financial practice. It changes your psychology as a business owner in ways that ripple into every decision you make. Here's what I want to leave you with. Most people know they should manage their cash flow better. They tell themselves they'll sort it out when things get a little less busy, when revenue is a bit higher, when the next big project is done. But the business owners who survive long enough to actually build wealth are the ones who treat cash flow management as a non-negotiable discipline starting today, not someday. Your business can have every other thing going for it and still be destroyed by poor cash management. But get this right, and you create a foundation that can support whatever you want to build. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need expensive software. You need a forecast, smarter payment terms, disciplined inventory, a credit facility you set up before you need it, and a segmented account system that makes your decisions for you before emotion gets involved. Start with one of these this week. Just one. The momentum builds fast once you do. If this gives you even one idea that could protect or grow your business, hit the like button. It helps more people find this content. Subscribe if you want to keep learning how to actually build a business that survives and scales. And drop a comment below telling me the biggest cash flow challenge you're facing right now. I read every single one, and your comment might just become the next video.